For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, represented by and promoted by Rock Nation, wearing purple with yellow, official weight 128.4 pounds. This two-time Olympic gold medal champion now has a perfect professional record. 17 fights, 17 victories, including 11 big wins by knockout. Originally from Cuba, but now living, training, and fighting out of Miami, Florida, USA, the undefeated challenger, the super bantamweight champion of the world, Guillermo Rigondeaux! Fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue with yellow, officially weighing in at 129 pounds. Also, a two-time Olympic gold medal champion. And his record as a professional, 9 victories, including 7 wins by knockout and only 1 disputed loss. And he has captured 2 world titles. From Akkerman, Ukraine, the former featherweight world champion, the reigning, defending WBO super featherweight champion of the world, Dame Gospoda, Vasiliy High-Tech Lomachenko!
He met Lomachenko where he was going to be.
Loma comes with a left hand that Rigo was able to duck away from.
Just looks so much bigger.
Got the 3-inch height advantage. We told you what they weighed in this morning. Of course, rehydrating throughout.
Well, Rigondeaux knows that Lomachenko needs to get close in order to get his work off. That's when he does his best work, so guess what he did?
Watch Lomachenko's jab. It is incredibly swift.
Coming with a straight left hand down that time was Lomachenko.
Rigondeaux looks sturdy. Not fazed by all the movement that Lomachenko's doing. Looks like he's in total control. And the ref didn't say anything about it, but he just clinched him again. And he walked him back to the rope.
Lomo trying to get to the inside behind that jab. There's another moment there, and on what was assumed to be a break, he connected.
Inside, outside, you name it.
And that has a lot to do with the footwork that came about with a unique find by his father when he was a kid.
When he was 6, 7 years old, his father insisted on 4 years of Ukrainian dance. He said, no, Dad, I don't want to do it. Can I find another sport?
So he took traditional Ukrainian dance classes. And Timmy, you love Loma's footwork.
Oh, my goodness.
I think Steve Willis is going to have to take control of things here at the conclusion of round number 2. Holding behind the neck now by Rigo as he tries to fire off the left uppercut. Of round 2, and Lomachenko had the desire to just keep fighting through what he was trying to pull his arms free of a break, and he landed a solid left hand against Rigondeaux.
Look for the straight left hand of Rigondeaux. Of Lomachenko.
There are moments when you watch Lomo and you see what he's able to do with his hands at short range, and then you think about some of the unusual training that you witnessed.
He's trained for dexterity, both physical and mental. And what they're really going for.
What do you see, Tim?
I don't know. His facial expression, the way he's reacting. You know, there's nothing that he can do right now besides hold to keep Lomachenko off of him.
Tripling up a right uppercut is the champ. You know, it's interesting because we've talked about that for months since the time that he accepted this fight. You can't take this fight without knowing that you're going to have to take risks, Mark.
Rigondeaux says that he's taken all the risks he could ever take.
Oh,
and nothing
look at this. this. This is moments ago. Watch him, get him in a defensive posture, know that he's got him pinned, and say, you know what, I'm just going to turn right around you in the middle of a championship fight. Pushing him back, create a little space. Final minute of round 4, goes back to the uppercut, then switches it up with the left hand as well. Comes to the inside, gets a little work in the kitchen.
Rigondeaux landed a nice short uppercut in that exchange.
How about the body punch with the right hand? Now to the inside, the uppercut with the left hand as Rigo goes to the belt line.
Tim, is this Rigo getting old, or is he just outclassed?
I think it's a combination of both. I just think, honestly, I think he's 37, but there's time still left, everybody. That's why I love boxing. You always have a chance.
Lomachenko dug to the body again that time and wrapping up, trying to free his hands again is Lomachenko.
It's just this whole lot of clinching.
Rigo now inviting him forward, often trying to set traps but not able to deliver. Lomachenko has been brought up by his dad Anatoly to be what he is seeking to be, and that is the perfect fighter, the most skilled fighter to ever live. This is such a unique relationship with Anatoly Mark.
It's usually a failed experiment to create a perfect athlete in anything, much less a sport, as dangerous and treacherous as this one. The strength and conditioning coach.
World champion for a world title in your second pro fight, and you make that transition to the pro ranks. Guy comes in overweight, roughs you up, continued low blows. In fact, they used to say you're not even ready to fight for a world title until you've learned from a loss.
Oh, I don't think your career becomes a dramatic proposition until you lose.
And then Rigo still through, but this has become an issue with the clinching, and there's a combination from Rigo.
It's really, I'm gonna tell you this, it's really hard hitting a guy that's going down so low like that. It really is.
That time he turned to give an angle with the right hand. What would you be doing, Tim?
Well, I would go to the side he leans to. I would throw my right hook like he's there right there. That's what I would do.
He's ducking and holding.
Mary through his. I think Steve Willis is going to have a lot of work ahead of him as we get to these middle and later rounds here of this world title fight as Loma's in control.
You know, and I like it. I honestly like it. He's not going to allow anybody to be dirty with him and hit him with low blows or put him in a headlock.
You know, in the corner, it was very interesting because they told him, we want you to spin him, we want you to feint, and then throw quick combinations.
Put a notch in the belt, and now he's dealing with it perfectly here against Rigondeaux. And you can see he's getting a little more used to some of these tactics, especially with Rigondeaux bending down, creating a little bit of space. Now turns to the side, takes the angle to the left to try to find something.
Tim, how do you solve Lomachenko, or how do you attempt to if you're Rigondeaux?
All I'm going to say is that I don't think that person is born yet. I truly believe that. His footwork.
There's a point deduction now.
Matt Pathos is what I saw in the corner there. The defeated guy.
And he found freedom, and he found wealth, and he found fame. But tonight, deep into the autumn of his career, he is finding the most skilled fighter in the world opposite him. Once again looks over at Willis. As we come to the end of round number 6 here. In the corner of Rigondeaux here, in between the 6th and 7th round, as they're looking at the tape. He is saying, I don't want any more. Are you kidding me? The undefeated number 7 pound-for-pound fighter is not coming out to continue against Loma. Beaten down, hopeless.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, the contest comes to an end as the challenger, Rigondeaux, has indicated an injury to his left hand. His corner tells the referee he cannot continue. At the end of round 6, the winner by TKO victory, still the WBO super featherweight champion of the world, And the new claimant to pound for pound as the best fighter in the world, Vasiliy Lomachenko.